Guys, welcome back to my channel. How's everyone doing today, y'all? I'm super excited to be here with you today. As soon as I sat down and started talking, my dog came up. Well, how is everybody? First of all, hello. I know I've been absent, and I will let you know why. And I'm also going to do a couple different things. We're going to talk about Poshmark. And then we're just going to kind of talk about like what I'm doing and where I've been and where I'm going. So stay tuned for a little bit of an update and to talk about Poshmark and the changes that are going on. So we're going to dive in. Okay, you guys, first of all, I know it's been like a week since they made their changes. But since I'm just kind of getting back, I wanted to give you my opinion about what's going on with Poshmark. And I want to give you my thoughts on what I think they should have done. But let's kind of go back a little bit, a few weeks. You guys don't know this, but well, some of you do know that I've been like really revamping and kind of changing my business model. I'm always tweaking and changing because honestly, in reselling, you really have to tweak and change a lot sometimes because reselling has changed so much. We've talked about this on previous videos, you guys. It has changed so much even the last 6 months. I am trying to catch my breath with it. And again, we've talked about this between COGS online and thrift stores, and for me, thrift stores aren't even really an option. I don't know if you all know this. I've mentioned this in the past that I live in a very small town. My closest thrift store is like minimum 45 minutes to an hour away. And those thrift stores that are between an hour to an hour and a half away from me don't have a lot of good product. They do have some things you can pick, but it's not a lot of good product, and it's not worth your time and gas to travel an hour and a half one way to maybe be able to pick up a couple pieces. So long time ago, my husband and I both agreed that really it is best for me if I want to do bulk listing and really get a lot of sales going, it's best to do online sourcing. So if you're kind of new to my channel, you're wondering why I don't go into the store and pick out my old items and source my old items. That's why the second aspect to that is because we live in a small town, we live in South Dakota, and we are very nearly on the cusp of winter and snow starting to hit. When it snows here, I don't drive anywhere. We have one car that is snow conducive for driving in, and my husband usually uses that for work. And sometimes when it snows, some of our roads are actually shut down because of ice and snow. So it's not exactly like I can just jump in my car on a few times a week basis and go out to the thrift stores and shop. It doesn't work that way out here. And this season goes easily for 8 months. Anywhere from like October, November starting, all the way into like April we can get snow. So we're looking at a vast amount of time during my year that I'm not actually even able to source. And even if I did source, like I said, the pieces that I could pick up are not very good pieces. And it's just not worth all that gas and time. So I reverted to online sourcing. So let's revert back to that. Online sourcing has changed so much, y'all. We've talked about this so much. My concern with reselling lately, and this is one of the reasons why my husband and I are making this change. I'm still reselling. But I changed, as y'all know, I changed how I sourced and the kind of people. I've actually had people like picking items up for me at their bins, which has been fantastic. And the gals who watch my videos, you guys know who you are. You guys have been such a blessing in my life, both of you. You have no idea how much that's been a blessing for me. And so I've had people sourcing for me at their bins when they go shopping for their own businesses. They know what kind of items I'm looking for, and then they ship items to me. That's mainly where I've been getting a lot of my items. And then as of probably about a month and a half ago, I ventured out into just not new attacks jewelry, but also vintage and fashion jewelry. So I've been ordering online boxes to actually list jewelry as well. But because so much has changed, not just with sourcing, but the platforms, oh my goodness, I feel like we just need to stop and breathe for a minute, because it's just, do you ever feel like your head is spinning with platforms these days? Because there's been such a dramatic change to so much stuff, my husband and I both agree we are going to continue with reselling the way I'm doing it, but we need to add more eggs into the basket, so to speak. So about a month ago, my husband's been researching some different options and ventures. And this is something we've been wanting to do so that we can build it, so that when we do move in a year or two, we have it established already. So when we move, we already have income coming in. So we want to be doing this now and building things up now. And he came across something, and I'm not going to share with you what it is yet, if I do share with you, because we are still really getting our feet wet. It's only been a few weeks. We're still figuring things out. We're still tweaking things, so I'm not going to drop it, what it is that we're doing right now. But we are doing that on top of me actually reselling. My husband came to me a few weeks ago, and he was very concerned because it was a lot of time and research, figuring things out, doing what I need to do with that to build it up, and more research. And on top of this, you guys, I've been in the middle of possibly moving my son, who is challenged, so that's been a thing. He lives out of state. That's been a thing. And in the middle of all of this, you guys, I started getting vertigo again. So a few weeks ago, I started getting vertigo. I woke up like last week. I woke up like a week and a half ago. It wasn't as bad as the first time it hit me a few months back, but I've been fuzzy in the head. If you've ever had vertigo, you understand what I'm saying. You're clear-headed, you can think, but you feel fuzzy, and your equilibrium is off. So I've been trying to really kind of fine-tune and tweak what I'm eating, because a lot of, research into that too. I know this is kind of a long story short, but I've been absent partly because my husband wanted me to step aside to really focus on this new business thing that we're doing, to really give it our all, to like get into it, get your feet wet into it. And he was concerned that I wouldn't have enough time to do YouTube. Our goal right now is to get as much money coming in as we possibly can to get our house fixed up to move. That is our first priority above everything right now. And we want to just be able to, make money with whatever we're doing and get that in. And right now, I love doing YouTube, but YouTube isn't paying me right now. Okay? I'm not making any money on YouTube right now. I'm far away from even being able to make money, even though I love sharing with you guys. My subscriber base and my viewer base is not nearly big enough to really even be making money. And he wanted me focusing my time on things that were making money to get us moving forward. So it's been a few weeks between the vertigo, trying to get my son moved, which I'm still in the process of getting all that figured out, and this new business and everything else that's been going on in my life. I stepped away for a few weeks, and I finally went to him last night and said, babe, I just wanted to ask you again, if I could find the time to, do everything that I'm doing and YouTube not get in the way of all that, can I resume YouTube? And he says, yeah, go ahead. So I'm back. And I know that I've been kind of here and the gone and here and the gone on YouTube, and I apologize for that, guys. I really want to get a consistency with YouTube, but because YouTube isn't paying me yet, it's not my first priority, even though I love it. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So let's dive into, you guys, Poshmark. Let's talk about this. So we all know, but even before Poshmark made their change, you guys have probably already watched videos on what Poshmark did, what change they made. So we're not going into any of that right now. But what I want to talk about is when they made their big change, and then a couple weeks later they got so much flack and bad feedback about it, they changed back. I want to tell you my personal opinion about what I thought they should have done to begin with, and what I thought they should have changed back to after they made the drastic change. Now I know there is controversy in this because some of you actually had better sales with the changed and modified fees. I know some of you have better sales because I've been seeing it on YouTube videos. I've been seeing it in response to some things that I've been leaving feedback on other people's videos. I've been seeing it on Instagram, some people complaining about the change, and other people are saying, I was so thrilled because I was getting more sales. So there was a lot of controversy. Some people were getting better sales, and other people's sales completely tanked, and they weren't getting anything. I was kind of an in-between. I was getting sales and then I wasn't. And I was getting sales and I wasn't. So for me, it was very erratic. It was very erratic. But honestly, that wasn't really much different than what Poshmark was doing for me to start with. So I know that some of you don't agree with them going back to the 20%. I did not agree with the change that they made. And then I did not agree with them going back to the change. Because this is what I think, honestly, they should have done to start with. I think they should change it from a 20% fee for sellers to a 15% fee. If they still want to be above all the other platforms, do a 15% fee so they're still going a little bit higher than the other platforms, including eBay. Okay? But I think, and this is something they should have done a long time ago, they should do a escalating or a graduating shipping structure. All other platforms have this. So if you have a small item, meaning a lightweight item, that weighs maybe 4 ounces, instead of them paying this enormous 8-something fee and shipping on this small 4-ounce item, they should only be paying $4 or $5 on that item instead of $8.97 now? And then have a graduating scale like eBay, Mercari, and Depop do, where they do a graduating scale, and even Pirate Ship does this. It's a graduating scale. USPS does it. It's a graduating scale. I don't know why they have absolutely insisted on keeping it at that high fee structure for even the smaller items. I think they should do a 15% fee for sellers, and they should do a graduating scale for the buyers, so that no matter what weight of item they have, they pay appropriate shipping for the item. They're not paying an exorbitant amount for shipping on an item. And then if they do a bundle, then of course it's a graduating scale for whatever the amount is on the weight. You know, if you buy a couple things and one thing is 1 pound and one thing is, 8 ounces, do a graduating scale for 1 pound, 8 ounces, so that you're paying only for what you're buying. That's what I think they should have done a long, long time ago. And then when they jumped back and switched it from that 1, 2, 3 thing that they did, I was hoping that they would just bump it up to maybe a 15% fee for the sellers and do a graduating scale on shipping. But no, they just went back to all the original. And I think we would get better sales if we had graduated shipping or tiered shipping, however you want to say it. And then maybe a 15% fee structure for sellers. I think people would be really happy with that. I know I would. Because I think 20% is ridiculous. I know. Some people say, well, but Poshmark does so much for you, and when you have returns to pay for the shipping. Honestly, Poshmark still makes so much money between them charging people to, what is it, when you do that advertising thing for your items, they make plenty of money to be able to graduate down. And I honestly think that things would even work better if they did a 15% fee. So that's my take on what they did. I also will say, and I'm going to be doing a video on this, you guys, I also think there are things that we could be doing to help improve our Poshmark sales as well. As not just Poshmark, but all the other platforms. I'm going to do a video on that. I have some other videos coming down the pipe to you guys. I'm going to start doing my sales videos again. I thought about doing some day in the life videos for you guys, and also just me, I'm redoing my studio. Since I'm no longer doing lives, I'm just really revamping a lot of things, and I'm just excited about where my husband and I are going with some different business ventures. And I've been really erratic with my listings. What I mean by that, I've been listing, but I go from 5 up to 15, down to 5 again, to 10, to 5, because I'm trying to adjust to what's going on with my business. And I told my husband today, I just need to do a consistent number every day for months. Because I think when you're erratic in the number of listings that you do, we all know that that affects the algorithm. Yes, you may be listing, and listing consistently is important. But if you're erratic, especially for eBay, if you're erratic with how many you're doing, it affects your algorithm. So that's my take on Poshmark and what I think they should have done. I really think they should reduce the seller fee, not charge the buyer. I think they should reduce the selling fee a little bit, and then do a graduated shipping fee for the buyers, so that they're not paying the stupidly exorbitant amount in shipping for small items, and then accommodated shipping for the bigger items. Obviously, if you're going to have something that's up to the 5 pounds or up to even 2 pounds or something like that, pay the $8 in shipping. Because we all know that even on the other platforms, typically when you're going between 1 to 1.5 pounds on eBay, Mercari, and Depop, you're typically paying about $8 in shipping. So even just doing up to 2 pounds and the ounces up to 2 pounds, doing a graduated, and then maybe something up to 5 pounds, they could really do something with that. And I think so many buyers would be so happy not paying that higher shipping fee on a smaller item, especially clothing items. Little tops that cost you that are 4 and 5 ounces, or jewelry pieces, or little knickknacks, or whatever they're buying. So anyway, not to drag this on, that's kind of my thoughts, and that's where I've been. I've missed you guys. I've missed you guys a lot. This last few weeks, honestly, I've been so busy, and I haven't been feeling well. Last week I actually had, it wasn't until yesterday that I was actually able to walk around without just like feeling like, just like really off kilter. I've been doing a different workout in the morning. Thankfully, that wasn't keeping me from doing. There was actually a couple of days I couldn't do workouts, but I've also been going for walks every day. Been doing a 30-minute walk every day, and thankfully, just being out in the fresh air, that's been helping. But I've just been mindful of my balance and everything. But yeah, I wasn't feeling better until like yesterday. It's just been really rough for the last 4 or 5 days, and even before that, just been super slammed with trying to do all these other things with our new business venture, and phone calls from my son, and back and forth with my parents, my kids, just so much personal stuff going on with our family, and my husband and his job. We so desperately want to get my husband out of his job, so I'm working really hard. We're both working really hard here at home, running our businesses to get him home from work. He has a terrible job that he really wants to leave. So with all that said, I hope this makes sense. I hope I didn't just ramble. Let me know in the comments below, you guys, what you think of my thoughts of a 15% seller fee and a graduating scale for shipping. Tell me in the comments below what you think of that. And also, tell me in the comments below, was your sales better on the change fee structure? Or was your sales better going back to the 20% fee structure? I would really love to know, and I'd love to hear back from you guys. If you disagree with me, what you think about the changes and them going back, and how has it affected your sales? How are things going? Let me know in the comments below, you guys. Yeah. So, I do have some more videos I'm going to be putting out. I've already got some great ideas of some videos on top of you, like sales videos. And, I have another jewelry box. I'm not going to do the selling jewelry on here. My husband and I talked about that. He really wants me to just sell them on the platform, because with I want to do YouTube, but the editing to do those sales on YouTube right now just is not in my schedule. So if I want to be able to do YouTube, I have to make it so that I can keep the editing in my schedule. And since I do have a lot on my plate right now, I want to make sure that the videos that I'm doing, if I'm editing, that I can keep it within my scheduled time frame. So I'm just going to do unboxings of the jewelry, do unboxings of other clothing coming in. We'll do sold videos. And I'm also going to be doing some videos on other different topics. And I'm going to be showing you guys what I'm doing with my studio upstairs, because I'm doing some rearranging. I'm going to show you my inventory room and what I'm going to be doing with that. And yeah, so guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so glad to have you guys back. And I hope you're happy to have me back. And guys, we'll see you next time. As always, be productive, and we'll see you soon.